morning and welcome back to my channel. I'm naturally Ray, or you can just call me Ray. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss when I upload future vlogs and videos. So this is episode 5 of my fat loss journey. I will definitely link episode 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're kept up with the episodes, you will see that I have been slowly decreasing my body fat percentage. Now I'll be honest with you all, yes, I'm happy with my results, and I will definitely show you all my results on my smart scale a little later on in this video, but it's becoming so monotonous. Y'all know when it is I did my weight loss journey and I documented it on YouTube last year, where I lost 40 pounds in 4 months. Yeah, I kept up with y'all. Sometimes I missed a week and then I came on and I missed another week, but this time I've been like consistently showing y'all back to back, week after week, and I basically do the same things all the time. I love doing it on YouTube, so it helps me to stay a little more accountable, a little more disciplined, because I'm putting it up on the internet. But at the same time, I don't do anything like out of the ordinary. I basically have the same things for breakfast. I think I mentioned this in maybe like last week's episode. I think I'm always having a smoothie or a yogurt bowl or yogurt, eggs for breakfast. I mean, for lunch it might vary, but I'm having sardines, fish, salmon, shrimp, ground turkey. But I don't really make like elaborate meals or anything like that, and to be honest, I make sure that my foods are delicious, it's flavorful, it's tasty, and as long as I like it, I eat it all the time. I don't do anything, especially with my fat loss journey. I'm just trying to be just very consistent. Obviously there's nothing wrong, I always have my treats and my cheat meals here and there, but there's nothing out of the ordinary that I do. So I don't know, like, to me it might just be too monotonous for y'all. I might consider doing this, what I eat in a day, maybe every other week. I don't know, it's just something that I've been thinking about, because I'm looking at, okay, yeah, by the time I upload this it will be 5 episodes back to back, and I'm like, is this becoming boring? I don't know. But anyway, so I had my breakfast. I didn't show you all my ginger turmeric lime. I actually only have like a little bit left, so I actually have to make some shots today, so that's something a little different. So I'm gonna make that today, and then I'll catch up with y'all for lunch later. So we have turmeric, lime, and ginger. Y'all don't mind how my lime is looking. This is actually like the rough skin lime, but I actually had this on my counter for a while now, so it's a little more rougher than usual. So I'm going to cut up everything. It's a simple recipe. It's basically just putting everything in the blender and pouring it into my containers. This is some shrimp that I seasoned a couple days ago and I just thawed it out. And I have some salmon. I'm actually not too sure which one of these I want to make for lunch, but I'm using my usual seasonings, basically similar to what I use to season the shrimp. I may add like some garlic and then some fresh garlic and fresh onions that I usually like to do, or maybe some green onions. I don't know, but I'm gonna season this and then I'll decide which one I'm making for lunch. So like I was mentioning earlier on in this video, I'm really happy about how things are progressing with my body fat percentage going down slowly. At first, I actually wanted it to go down a lot faster, but again, like a broken record, I always talk about making sure that I set realistic goals and I develop habits and routines that are sustainable, that I know I can stick with in the long term, not just to reach a certain body fat percentage and then after 3 months or 6 months or however long I gain back all the weight. That does not make any sense because been there, done that. So editing Rian here, I realized that in this video, even though I mentioned the fact that things have been going slowly and steadily decreasing in terms of my fat percentage, you will see that my fat percentage slightly increased this week. And the thing is, I didn't really mention that I was concerned about it because it was my cycle, the week of my cycle, and usually during that time with my smart scale, my fat percentage, muscle mass, water percentage, BMI, bone mass, like everything is totally off because obviously I have a lot of water retention, a lot of bloating, a lot of stuff going on with my hormones. So you would definitely see like a slight increase, and it's not something that I am really concerned about because just like clockwork, the following week I'm back to normal, things are back to normal. So that's just something that I wanted to point out that I actually did not mention in the video, which I just realized. So anyway, back to the video. But I'm really happy with my results. Of course, I will put it up here, and yes, it's slow but it's steady. And even though it may seem like a small percentage, because remember, this is body fat percentage, like my entire body, I am seeing like really great results in terms of how my clothes fit. I am doing so much better when it comes to my strength training and resistance training. I am hitting new PRs. It seems as though every week I'm doing a lot better, which is what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be progressively overloading and progressively getting better, whether it's lifting heavier weights or maybe doing more sets, or even if it is that you have like similar sets or maybe more reps. Either way, you're supposed to be improving whatever it is. And even if it is that you stick to the same amount of sets and reps, at least it shouldn't be as difficult week to week. There should be some type of improvement, and I am definitely seeing some improvement there, so I'm excited about that. So yeah, I'm gonna have dinner. Y'all, I had to reset my camera just now. I think I was going to mention about making my almond butter. I think it was maybe episode 2 or maybe 3 where I made my own homemade almond butter. And yes, obviously I made it at home. I used avocado oil, almonds, a little bit of salt, nothing else. So obviously it was the healthier option, but I kind of overdid it and I ate basically the whole container in that week, which was a lot. Even though yes, avocado oil is healthier, almonds are healthy, it's very calorie dense. So I don't know, I want to make it today or maybe want to make it next week. I don't know. I'm kind of scared, and I shouldn't be scared of food. It's just that there are certain things, and I would just say when it comes to your weight loss journey, if you know that there are certain foods that you tend to overindulge and you know you don't have as much self-control with it, just don't have it in the house, don't buy it, don't make it. I think maybe that's why I love sticking to, I guess, just the simple meals. It's not, for me, it's not boring meals because I make it tasty. I make sure I season up my foods and all of that. But I feel as though if I get too much into baking a lot of stuff, it might cause me to indulge a little too much. I don't know. Listen, when it is I finish my fat loss journey, I will decide, because I've been seeing so many different recipes on Pinterest and TikTok. Well, actually I lie, not TikTok, Instagram, because I haven't really been on TikTok that much, but I've been seeing so many different things on YouTube and Instagram and on Pinterest, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I really want to try this. But then I was like, oh, should I don't know. I mean, I always talk about making sure that you actually have proper self-control, because you should be able to be a good steward of your body in terms of what it is you eating and drinking. But at the same time, I think I need to use a little bit of wisdom when it comes to certain things that I may buy or make for myself. Maybe when I reach a little closer to my goals, I can start doing a little more of those fancy, I can't even say fancy recipes. Some of them are like the simplest recipes, but anyway, that was a whole long thing. But basically, I'm not even sure exactly how things are going to progress in terms of, should I do this series every other week, every 2 weeks? We will see how it goes. But anyway, let's organize for dinner. So dinner was okay. Now usually when it is I make my pasta and I have whatever spaghetti sauce I really like to add in some Parmesan cheese, and I didn't have any Parmesan cheese. I have no mozzarella cheese. The only cheese I have is feta cheese, and I'm like, definitely not gonna put it on there. It wasn't bad, but I definitely missed the Parmesan cheese on it. So yeah, I don't know if I'll maybe buy a Parmesan cheese and add to it. we'll see, but it really isn't that bad, to be honest. I don't need it, but yeah, but I hope you all enjoyed this video. If it is you did, make sure you subscribe, give this a thumbs up, give it a like, and as always, try your best to become the healthiest version of yourselves. Bye guys.